Pet's Ad Life, your guide to the latest in pet trends, products, and the joy of the human-animal bond. With Kristen Levine and me, Chris Bonifati. Powered by the American Pet Products Association and Dog TV. Hello and welcome to another episode of Pet's Ad Life. I'm your host, Chris Bonifati, and joining me is the woman who built this studio brick by brick, Kristen Levine.
By hand, I did.
Yeah, luckily Florida's a...
There's a gap over there I missed.
Happens to the best of us. You're lucky Florida's a right-to-work state. You didn't have to join the union to put this thing up. Yeah, incredible work, though. It's really a lovely piece. Yeah, I'm really proud of you. You went to trade school just to do it, I heard.
I did. I just forgot to build in an air conditioning unit. So.
Yeah, next time.
It's a little sweaty in here.
Imagine how loud it would be, though, if we had an air conditioning.
Yeah.
So you all are lucky. We're sweating so that you don't have to hear... I might do that in our next interview. I'll just go...
Please don't.
Like a D-flat drone like the bagpipes do.
Why?
Why not? If you have to ask me why I'm doing something, it means you don't understand me, Kristen.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
But you know what I do understand?
That there's going to be a similar format that you're used to.
Yeah, I do understand the format of this show.
That's right. 2
guests,
2
products,
2
stories,
2
questions.
Yeah.
Woo! We're doing it up the same way as always, even though we're still here at Global Pet Expo. I have no idea when you all are going to be listening to this, but we're still here at Global.
We don't even know who the guest is coming up.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know anything.
I also don't know when my coffee order that I placed an hour ago is going to arrive.
Who knows? I forgot my name. I'm Briss Bonifati. And before I forget more, we should head into story time.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Kristen and Chris present Story Time.
It's story time, Chris.
It's story time, and here I am pulling my story up.
Are you trying to find a story?
No. No.
This is a really good training for being, talking on your feet. You're good at that. I'm having to learn how to do a show without preparation because they're kind of just throwing stuff at us, and I don't get a chance to prep.
I'm pretty much always thinking on my feet.
I know, and I'm trying to learn something.
And then I wonder why I'm so anxious all the time. And it's like maybe if you were prepared, you wouldn't be thinking like that.
Take a little pill called preparation.
A preparation pill.
Preparation pill, not preparation H.
Not that I was about to say. Probably don't want to take a pill of preparation H.
No.
But alas.
Do you have one?
I do have a story, people. Here's one thing I wanted to talk about, and it's about more clear labeling. And this is actually a very recent story. And Ron told me, don't do anything that's in the news. He talks like this. Don't do anything that's in the news because we don't know when these episodes are going to air. But I think it's a really cool trend that I wanted to spot out. And we're seeing it here at Global Pet Expo. And it is the FDA leading the charge in how dog and cat food is labeled, which I think is really, really important. If you're familiar with eating food, you'll know that on the back of your food are the nutrition facts. Mm-hmm. It tells you how many calories and the ingredients and things like that, and it's heavily regulated, and you really got to nail what you're putting in there. It's very different for pets.
Yeah.
You may notice on the back of your cat cans or your dog bags, it's going to tell you things like crude protein count. It might tell you some ingredients. It might tell you kilocalorie counts. But the FDA is really starting to hammer down on pet food and the way it's labeled. This article that I pulled up is showing me that 42% of pet owners now prioritize spending on high-quality nutrition, which I absolutely believe, and that pet obesity rates are exceeding 59%, and that this is a top concern. But this, according to this article, 56% of pet parents don't trust the label on their food.
I believe that.
So I think we're going to see a big change here with the FDA coming down hard on pet food manufacturers to make sure that food is labeled more accurately. And we had a guest on recently, I forget which one, who was talking about claims and how I think it was Jane Lauder.
Okay,
who was talking about in beauty, you have to back up your claims, and it's the same thing with any sort of nutritional food for humans. I would love to see the same thing happen with pet food, where if you're going to claim that this grain-free diet is healthy, that you've done some type of study behind that. So everybody hold on to your horses. I'm sure you're going to be seeing some changes in your packaging on your dog food coming down the pipeline, and we're going to get some more transparency, folks, which we all
We welcome that.
How's that for a story, Kristen?
That's a good story.
All right, you're up.
I've got somewhat of a story here.
Okay.
This is has to do with a guest we had on a couple of episodes ago. You may remember Leah Craig. She was the executive director for Brother Wolf, which is the shelter that got destroyed during Hurricane Helene back in 2024.
What a story!
That was if you didn't catch that show, I don't know, was it like 115 or?
I don't know.
Anyway, Ron,
put the episode here.
Put the episode here, Ron, or up here. Either way, it doesn't matter. But she was a great interview. But I just, the story she told about how the community came together and how they are even today able to care for hundreds of adoptable animals through a foster network. They do not have a shelter yet.
It's just, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That they weren't able to rebuild faster.
Yeah, but it's incredible. And so I encourage anyone who's thinking about getting a pet, maybe hasn't pulled the trigger yet, or maybe just want to help out temporarily, to consider fostering a pet through your local shelter system. Certainly, if you're in Asheville, you can get involved with Brother Wolf and foster. But the great thing about fostering is that the shelter generally provides all of the food, the supplies, anything that you need to care for that pet, and also includes the medical care. And what you're doing is you're giving that pet a temporary home to stay healthy and happy and learn how to live in a home versus a shelter, and you're helping that animal ultimately get adopted into a forever home.
The only hard part is when it's time to say goodbye. But other than that, you're really, the people I know who foster animals, they're all incredibly special people. So if you're a special person at home, or you're convinced you are, but if you consider yourself a special person and you're not fostering a dog, maybe you're not that special. Maybe you're not.
Or maybe you are fostering a dog or a cat and you fall in love and you decide, I'm going to adopt. Then you are a foster failure. However, you are a hero to that pet. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, we see those all the time. Yeah, right? Where it's like, I got tricked into keeping this animal because they're so cute and well-behaved. So you never know if you'll find your forever pet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Beyond the Leash, exploring the untold stories of pet passion and professionalism.
And joining us now is Nina Ottosson, a Swedish dog trainer and the original creator of interactive puzzle toys for dogs. With a background in canine behavior and training, she pioneered the concept of mental stimulation through play, designing products that challenge dogs to think, problem solve, and stay engaged. Her innovative toys have become widely popular around the world and are now part of the Outward Hound family, helping dogs of all ages reduce boredom, build confidence, and improve overall well-being. Nina, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me here. I'm really honored to be here.
Yeah, of course. So what inspired you to create that first dog puzzle toy? What was going through your head? What made you say, I need to make something for this animal?
Yes, the reason was I feel a little bad for my dogs because I gave birth to 2 children. So I didn't have the time for my dogs. So I started to do my own puzzles at home. So that was the start for my own.
Wow.
And then other people saw them and they also wanted to have them. So that was the beginning of everything.
Yeah, it kind of always starts with guilt, right?
It does.
Pretty powerful emotion.
It's very motivating. Well, and thank you for innovating this incredible category, which has turned into a very big category.
Yeah.
Tell us why mental stimulation is just as important as physical stimulation for our dogs.
Mental stimulation is the most important for our dogs. The dogs need to use their brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's compared to people. If we don't use our brain, we don't feel good. So that is really important for a dog. And I have to say, I'm really proud of people found out because of the puzzles, why puzzles and using the brain for our dogs is so important. They have discovered it, thankful for the puzzles.
Sure.
Yeah. And, I think it's funny you said that using your brain makes us sad. I think that explains a lot. I don't think I've used my brain in about 33 years. I haven't been feeling great lately. But what? When a dog's not getting enough mental enrichment, what does that look like? How can a pet parent at home identify that their dog needs, more mental engagement?
A bored dog find their own solution and find different ways to dig, bark, chew. That is
destroy.
Destroy. Yes, and that's you can see your dog need mental stimulation.
Right.
Yeah. And your dog need a job, and puzzles is a great job for dogs.
Yeah, because you're taking all that energy and diverting it into something that isn't your sofa.
Yeah. We know if you use our brain too much, we will get tired. Same as for dogs.
Yeah.
They get tired to use the brain.
Yep.
Yeah, and I create a lot of content around pet anxiety, and I know that puzzle toys are very helpful for dogs who have anxiety issues.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It depends on, for example, take fireworks and everything like that can give the dog anxiety. They
Yeah.
live like that.
Yeah.
So you need to I try to find the correct word because I'm from Sweden, so difficult to find words sometimes. So you have to cut this off with different distractions. And puzzles can be a distraction, training can be a distraction. You have to find out the best way.
Yeah.
If a dog is next to you, you need to let the dog, what is the name? To get better confidence.
Yeah.
Sure,
Help
build
the
their
dog to get
confidence.
that, and puzzle can be that as well.
Yeah, and it can be tiring too, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Kind of wear
It
them
is.
out, and
Wear
they're a
them
little
out.
bit too tired to be too anxious.
Yeah, exactly. So, are puzzle toys for all breeds of dogs? Are there some breeds that are more naturally inclined to take to them? Are there some that are going to be more stubborn and say, "What the heck is this? There's no food in this." Like, what is there a proper way to go about it if somebody wants to introduce puzzle toys in their own home?
Yeah, of course. 70% of all dogs love to treats and food, so they also love puzzles because they love.
They're hiding the
treats.
food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So of course, yes, and all kind of dogs can use that, from puppies to senior dogs.
Okay.
All kind of dogs, and it's a great way also to teach the puppies from the beginning: sit, wait, be allowed, and have fun together. So that is
Yeah.
also building up the confidence and the bonding with the dog owners as well.
Yeah. So if you're giving your dog a puzzle toy for the very first time, should you help them with it to figure it out? Well, I would imagine, depending on the dog, some are going to be better at it than others.
Oh, yeah.
So what have you seen in that regard?
It is, you've seen it quite quickly, because some dogs like rough directly. I want to have the treats.
Yeah.
And some is okay, what is this? So it depends on the dog. Help the dog to cheat a little and how it works, because I think it's fair for the dog if you teach the dog how this concept is working.
Yeah.
And don't start with too difficult puzzles the first time. Start with easy one and then go to more level. And then you see if your dog is very smart or maybe not.
Yeah. Well, it's
Or
interesting.
just very cute.
It's interesting you brought up difficulty, and this is like me being a board game and puzzle nerd, but I want to peek behind the curtain a little bit on how you design these puzzles.
Yeah.
Like, where do you draw inspiration from puzzles that humans solve? Do you kind of like put yourself in the dog's shoes, paws, put them in your paws, and think about what a dog would find challenging? Like, where do your ideas for design come from?
Yeah, I always study dogs for a long time, and that is my ground to this. I check out how the dog using the paw, the nose, the body, everything. But my inspiration is the wild, because all wild animals have to find food in different ways.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that is something our dog should do as well.
Yeah.
To feel good. So I think that is really important. So that is my inspiration.
Yeah, I think that's really cool,
Yeah,
actually.
and also that we have different levels, because we talk about before, all dogs have different cleverty. Some are less smarter than others. That is the reason we have different levels.
Right.
So you can choose the right level for your own dog.
Yeah, and I think it was the last episode we featured your puzzles as our product of the week.
Yes,
and
we
I
did.
think we could see how you had the different challenging one, some more challenging, some less. I'm curious to know, aside from puzzles, if you're looking for an enrichment activity for your dog, just like instantly, what is something that would be helpful to your
Sorry,
dog?
one more. I didn't understand.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
aside from the incredible puzzles that you've created, what are
Yeah.
some other good enrichment activities for our
Okay.
dogs?
Oh yeah, it's train the dog. You can do funny tricks. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with the dogs. I do it by myself. I teach them different tricks to do. You can teach them to touch your hand, and you can do a lot of stuff. Agility. There is a lot of
Right.
fun stuff to do with your
Yeah.
dog. And puzzle is for indoors.
Puzzles for indoor. There we go.
Yes.
So, Nina, before we let you go, can you let our listeners know where they could find either yourself on social media or your products? Let them know where they could go learn more.
Oh yeah, you find us of course for Outdoor the Hound. You find them on Instagram, TikTok, just everywhere, and also Nina Line Ottosson, 2T and 2S on Instagram, also on TikTok. and also on different channels, of course. If you search for Nina Ottosson Outdoor Hound, you will find us.
There we go. So go ahead and search. That's Nina Ottosson with 2 T's and 2 S's and 3 O's. And I believe there's an N in there as well.
Yeah, there is.
Might as well spell it out. But thank you so much. I know Global Pet Expo is a very busy time. Thank you for finding a few minutes to spend with us. This was really cool.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, I'm so glad we finally got to meet her.
I know. It's so funny because she said like 10 years ago she came onto Outward Hound, which lines up perfectly with when my family got Stella, our dog. And like, I remember distinctly getting like a puzzle feeder and thinking like, what the heck is this thing? Why is the bowl shaped like this? And so like, I feel like I'm like an early Nina adopter and I'm very hipster about it. And I'm going to stand on that soapbox and just gobble up all the attention I can from it.
And learn Swedish.
And learn Swedish, yes.
Alrighty, Chris, it is my pleasure to introduce our audience to Anna Marie Maza and Alexander Figueroa. They are the co-founders of Lootpaw, a pet technology company focused on redefining how we monitor and care for our pets. Their flagship product, the Lootpaw GPS and behavioral tracker, combines real-time location tracking, escape alerts, and health monitoring in a lightweight connected device designed for everyday use. And I wanted to add, it says here Dr. Rohani, who's not with us, that brings over a decade of experience in healthcare and technical leadership, applying his expertise to advance pet health through data and innovation. Welcome, Anna Maria and Alex.
Hi, so nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Thank you.
Great to have you. So what inspired you to start Lootpaw?
Well, I had a cat named Tony Cannoli. He was the most rambunctious cat.
I love an Italian cat.
We said, what's the most Italian thing we can name this cat?
Tony Cannoli.
Awesome.
So he ended up being the most insane, jump off the walls kind of cat you could imagine.
Was he orange?
Yeah.
No, surprisingly he wasn't. He was
Sounds like an orange cat.
He was a Lynx Point Siamese. He was so cute, but he was also a little escape artist. And
Sure.
It was like a game to him. He'd be like, oh, you can't catch me. Look at me, I'm in a tree now. But one night he was too good at the game and we lost him for real. And we searched everywhere, couldn't find him, and he never came back home. And he was our family pet, and the whole family was just devastated.
Yeah, that's terrible.
My mom is still so upset. Like, I am too, but I mean, so.
Not Tony Cannoli.
Yeah, not our baby boy.
Yes.
Well, you know, there's already GPS trackers on the market, but I mean, I've done my research into Lootpaw because I featured your product before, but I want to hear it from you two. What makes Lootpaw different? What makes it so special?
So basically, we started with, okay, what are cat owners actually looking at for their trackers? Basically, when you look at the trackers that were available when we started development, a lot of them were dog focused. And people might think, okay, well, why don't you just take the dog tracker and put it on the cat?
Right.
Well, there's certain specific considerations of both the cat and the cat owner. A couple examples is, number one, the size.
Yes.
You know, you don't want to put a boat anchor on the cat. Dragging on the ground like that.
That's one way to keep them from escaping.
Well, they're not going anywhere.
Good business model.
But then they're also not going to be happy when you put it on them.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
True.
So we needed to make it small. We needed to make it lightweight. And then also as well, you know, another particular thing that we saw was that, you know, cat owners like to use their own collars.
Yeah.
So that was another big feature. So we couldn't just design it into a collar like other trackers were, a lot of them were in that day. They had to be attached to what was already there.
Yep.
Okay.
So there was a lot of, technical considerations that had to go into making a device that was small, you know, had long battery life, and also as well could be just attached to any collar or harness.
Sure.
Okay.
So that's basically what led down the path of that development. As well, you know, making, you know, an app that is easy to use and intuitive.
Yeah.
Sure. And why is it so important to integrate the location tracking and the behavioral and health insights all together?
So we actually, another thing that kind of makes us different is we started off as just building a tracker. This is the first project we ever made.
Yeah.
We just recently are in the middle of launching our new smart pet feeder
cool.
links with this tracker. And it basically gives you an entire snapshot of your pet's health. So the tracker is tracking the activity, the sleeping patterns, how much they're moving, how much they're not moving, how big they are, how fat they are. No, I'm just kidding. No, but the feeders.
The feeder will track. The
We'll
feeder
track how fat your cat is. We're joking, but it's real. It's happening, people.
I mean, the best thing to think about it. So the feeder actually knows which tracker came and visited it for mealtime.
Right.
Yeah.
So it knows how much food was dispensed for the cat, and how often they came to eat. So in a way, yes, it is tracking.
Right.
It also pairs with our virtual televet service with Teletails that we actually found here at Pet Expo.
Nice.
And basically, within our app, 24/7, you can message or call a vet pro. So for like preventative care, so you can save vet bills.
Right.
So you can, if your pet's acting weird, you can just message our vet pros. I go through some scenarios with them, and they'll tell you if you should go to the vet or not. And 9 times out of 10, you really don't need to go to the vet. And honestly, this whole system is just a way to make your pets live longer, to do more preventative care. This is going to analyze their behavior, their movement, what's their baseline normal. And if it starts seeing things abnormal, it'll alert you, say, hey, maybe you should go get them a checkup. Because most pet parents, when do they take their animal to the vet? When it's already kind of too late.
Yeah.
And it's already gotten bad, and now they need a surgery. Our goal is to stop that from happening. And we like to say, Loot Paw pets live longer.
There we go. Well, I really like that because I have my smartwatch here, and it tracks all of these metrics, and I don't think I've taken science since 11th grade. So I don't know what these things mean, but one of the things that the watch does is recently it's been telling me your heart rate's way too high. And I'm stressed. I'm running Global Pet Expo. I got all these things going on. But I think that's a really cool application with pets because it takes the know-how out of it. You don't have to understand these technical terms. It's going to gather the data and say, hey, this is abnormal, and you're saying that it's your app is going to connect them with vet care?
Yes. In our app, you can hit a button whenever you want. 2 a.m., 1 p.m. If something's going on with your pet, anything small or big, you can message them.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I'm an anxious phone millennial. I'm that brand. I'm that brand of millennial who's like, oh, I got to order a pizza. Do they have an app? I can't call them on the phone. What is this? 2006?
Guess what? You have an app for that.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's great stuff.
And, the one example I like to bring up is, let's say, we notice that over a few days that the number of visits to the feeder has been going down.
Sure.
Right.
And also as well, we notice that there's less activity from the activity tracker. Well, in the cloud, analyzing this data, we can leverage machine learning and AI to analyze, track these patterns, and then deliver an insight to the pet owner that says, okay, we noticed something's wrong. Your cat's behaving a little sluggish. You want to keep an eye on that, and then also as well, we can link you, say, if you have any questions, here is you can reach out to our televet service, and they will, help guide you through what next steps.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You actually started to answer my next question. It was about how taking complex AI-driven pet data and making it practical and simple for everyday pet parents, and you've obviously done that.
Yes, we want everything to be as user-friendly as possible because I am not a tech person.
I am the tech person.
He's a tech person.
There we go.
My background is in machine learning, machine vision for agricultural applications.
Yeah, you're far away from me, man. As far as I'm concerned, computers are shiny rocks we tricked into thinking.
I mean, at the base level, it is.
Yes.
It is sand that hallucinates.
Yeah, sand that hallucinates, yeah. What is this, Dune? Well, so I want to ask you guys, because you seem to be at the forefront of some of this stuff, and we're here at Global Pet Expo where everybody is looking at today, but also looking at tomorrow. So, where do you see pet tech going in maybe the next 5 years? Are we really going towards this sort of fully connected ecosystem? Is that 5 years away, 10 years away? What do you guys, it's an opinion question. You don't have to give me facts here.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to?
I was just going to say, from my perspective, it seems like people, for the anxious phone millennials amongst us, probably a little sooner than that. But, it'll take a little while, especially as we start figuring out more and more on how to integrate this data and also how to make these insights easy for people to act on. So the one thing I've learned from, deploying, kind of the, machine learning to actual end users is that, all the data, all the ooh and ah, but after 5 minutes it wears away. What really helps is, being able to reliably deliver simple insights that people can act on.
Yeah.
So probably over the next few years, as the models mature and as we figure out how to do that, then we'll see more of an uptick and more interest in these ecosystem devices, because one of the things I like to say is the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And now as we start figuring out how to plug all these pieces together with these larger and larger models, essentially people will start seeing that benefit of the whole taking over and over.
Yeah.
And if I could add to your comment, we honestly think in the next 5 years, it's just going to explode exponentially. For us personally, we're saying we're doing an ecosystem. We have our tracker first, our pet feeder second. We're going to have an entire line of items that all connect. Smart water fountains, smart litter boxes, smart doggy doors, everything.
Yeah.
So you can really monitor everything going on with your pet. And I really think that that's going to come here sooner than we think it is.
Yeah. And
just to give you an example with the smart water, we can also now track. We would actually be able to track how often they go, your cat goes and drinks.
Because a lot of cats, they don't get enough water.
That's true.
Too,
That's true.
So.
And a point of clarification, you were telling the story about your cat, and then is this also for dogs? Cat?
It is, yes. I would like to say we started off with cats because it was just, the underserved market at the time, and the thing that was most close to home for me at the time. But we are 100% branch out to dogs. We have a bunch of dogs that already wear this. Awesome. It can attach to any kind of collar. I will say, since it was designed to be one of the smallest trackers, it's a little harder to scale up right now. But it can. People do put them on their large dogs as well. But we are 100% for cats and dogs.
All right.
Yeah. And then also another thing is the activity monitoring that happens inside the device, because all of that processing actually happens on the tracker. It's actually slightly different for cats and for dogs to count that dogs actually move differently.
Yeah.
They have different dynamics. We had several stunt cats and stunt dogs.
We did. We had to record them with the video camera while I was wearing the tracker and say, this is what a dog movement is like. This is what a cat movement is like.
Now that sounds like a good afternoon. That sounds like some good
It was great. It was a few weeks to get all the data together.
Yeah.
Well,
I was just going to ask where we could go to find more, and or pet parents at home.
Yeah, so for more information, you can go to our website at lootpawpets.com, or you can follow us on social media at lootpawofficial, and we post funny videos every day.
fantastic. Well,
honestly, if you're even if you're not interested with a tracker, just go for the cat memes.
There we go.
totally worth
Come
it.
for the cat memes, stay for the tracker.
That's
Alexander, Amanda, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. Good luck with the rest of Global.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
This was wonderful.
Well, all I got to say to that, Kristen, is Tony Cannoli, if you're out there listening to this episode, come home. Your family misses you.
Oh my gosh, Chris.
Poor Tony.
Poor Tony.
But what a cool
Tony
product.
left a legacy.
Tony left a legacy.
An incredible technology piece that is great for cats, great for dogs too.
Yeah.
And how cool were they? They were so much fun.
I feel like I'm just gonna go hang out at their booth and I'm gonna just integrate myself into their friend group, whether they like it or not.
The product of the week.
Chris, we get to talk about some cat products.
I know. I'm so excited. We have so much fun stuff in front of us, and I've been pawing at it because I'm so excited to touch the products.
I'm going to start with this
Okay.
Daddy, because this is, first of all, it's from Cat Stages. And you've probably seen something similar to this. It was called the Tower of Tracks. It's like a 3-layer.
Yeah.
Well, that toy is so popular that they now came out with the Infinity Ball Track, which is kind of like, I feel like it's like a NASCAR track for cats.
Well, I like it because it's less like predictable. I've seen the ones that are just a circle and it just like goes round and round. It looks like it changes over a little bit. The cat gets a little confused. I could definitely see that as being more stimulating, and that sound is so satifying.
And I don't know if you can see this, but one of the balls has a blinker on it.
Oh, I see it,
See
Kristen.
It's
I'm
like a
tracking it.
strobe. It's kind of like a roller rink with the skates with the blinkers.
Yeah, I think that's really great. The sound is like ASMR. It's a lot of movement, which I really like for a cat toy.
And we talk a lot about puzzle feeders.
We do.
But this one is specifically for cats from Cat Stages. And it's just I love the colors too.
Yeah, and
They're really nice looking.
Puzzle toys, underrepresented for cats. Cats are smart too. Cats want to figure out puzzles. So this thing, it's just like, I'm going to show the camera here. Yeah. You have different layers, and they'd have to use their little paws to get to the next set of treats. Put your high-value treats in the toy, have them play around with it. I mean, listen, I know we all love to treat our cats like the little princes and princesses they are and hand feed them their treats, but sometimes you should really be putting your treats in something like this and make them work for it. They're gonna like that. They're gonna like that too.
Yeah, you know what else they like? They like little things that they can grab onto and scratch with their back feet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
This one's got the crinkly paper.
And it's
shaped,
a pickle.
It's a pickle.
It's
and
a
it says,
pickle.
I'm kind of a big dill. Get it?
I do get it because it is kind of a big deal.
And I do want to mention that Cat Stages focuses on enrichment toys designed around natural feline instincts. And also that infinity ball track we were just talking about, it's a great example of how interactive design can help keep indoor cats mentally and physically engaged.
Yeah, because it's more than just exercise. It's mental enrichment, and they're more tools than toys, right?
Yeah, I like that.
There we go.
Puzzle tools.
Puzzle tools.
Thank you, Cat Stages.
Thank you, Cat Stages. So if you want to check out Cat Stages, we are going to slam a QR code onto your screen now.
Right here.
It's here now. Yeah, it's right there. It's floating in the air. Oh no, it's coming for me. It's gonna get me.
Q&As.
All right, it's time for our favorite part of the show. That's right, we are going to answer 2 questions from our interesting and intriguing audience. And I know what you're thinking, interesting and intriguing audience. How do I get my question answered by Chris and Kristen? Well, it could not be more simple. Head on down to petsaddlife.org/podcast is at the bottom of your screen. Scroll on down to the bottom of that page and you'll see a form to submit that question. Or if you're feeling as brave as a non-native English speaker hopping on our podcast that is entirely in English, you can record a voice memo.
You can.
And you'll hear your question played live on the air. So,
Record it in English.
record, please.
Please.
I know very little Swedish.
I've got a question for you, Chris.
Okay.
All right.
Hit me.
From David in Atlanta. David says, there are so many different types of cat litter out there. Clay, natural, crystal. How do I choose the best one for my cat and my home?
That is a great question, David. And the first question back I would have is, what kind of litter box are you using? Because not all litters are compatible with all litter boxes.
True.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to operate on the assumption that you don't have like one of those automatic ones. We're going to live in a reality where the litter box in question is like the boring old like sheet pan of a litter box. I would... The clay is so dusty. It's so dusty. I don't know if anybody out there has ever poured clay cat litter, and then there's that cloud of dust that comes up. Yeah, it's quite bad. But the cats take to it the easiest. Cats have a natural instinct to bury their waste, and that clay is going to trigger that instinct. You're going to have a very easy time training them. Natural, I've never used it. I wouldn't know. And then the crystal I really want to talk about, because there's a lot of really cool cat litters out there that do a lot of really cool things. So there are some cat litters that will let you know if it spots an infection. There are some cat litters that will let you know if your cat is dehydrated. Basically with all of these colors, they're going to cost you more, but there's some really cool options out there that are going to balance the comfort of your cat with information about your cat's health, as well as impact on the environment. The clay litter creates a lot of waste, and it's so heavy. So we did clay litter forever for Tiger. And one thing I will say is that towards the end of her life, when she was taking less care of herself, my number one cat chore was cleaning the litter from her paws. Because she wasn't taking proper care of her own hygiene. So that could be a little rough, and we didn't want to switch her litter on her because she was 23 years old and had used the same brand of litter her whole life. We weren't going to change it then. So that could become difficult. So I would shop around. If you have a cat who's easygoing and not going to freak out if you change their litter, try some things out. Otherwise, I would shop by price point. And number one thing I would be looking at if I were to bring a new cat into my home is going to be how easy it is to carry it up to my third story walk-up condo, because cat litter is super heavy and not everybody gets their stuff delivered by Chewy.
True.
So that would actually become my number one thing. Yeah, you want to make your cat comfortable, but man, these shoulders could only carry so much. So thank you for your question, David. Kristen.
Got one for me?
I believe I have a question from Brian in Seattle.
Hey, Brian.
And Brian asks, my dog seems bored at home and sometimes gets destructive. How much mental stimulation do dogs really need, and what are easy ways to provide it? It's a great question for this episode.
This is a great question for this episode.
Yeah, great question.
You just heard us talking to Nina Ottosson. She gave us some great tidbits. But when your dog is being destructive, it almost always is your dog communicating to you that they are very bored, or they're anxious, or they need a job. They need something to do. They're not using their brain enough. So they give their brain something to do by doing destructive things. So as Nina had said, I think she said all dogs need more Oh, she's in the next one.
You're going to have to redo the whole thing.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, okay. Okay.
Sorry, I was getting confused with like the brand that with the product.
The product
was
yeah.
the last one. But yeah, okay. So do I start at the top? Or, okay. Okay, sure. Okay, Brian, this is a great question. Typically when your dog is being destructive, they're telling you that they're bored or they're anxious, or like Nina Ottosson just said, all dogs need more mental stimulation.
Absolutely, yeah.
And but the good news is that can be pretty easy to fix. Physical exercise is obviously ideal, but mental exercise is just as important. So make sure that you are getting your dog out for regular walks, playing games with them in the home, and I mean, how about a puzzle feeder and puzzle toys from Nina Ottosson?
Yeah, and I think one of the things she brought up is how the puzzle toys kind of act like dogs would in the wild, and that's what she's emulating. And I think one thing we forget is that dogs aren't like hunters naturally. I think that's like a common misconception because of wolves. Dogs are opportunistic omnivores. They're more similar to goats in the way they eat than wolves.
Yeah.
So they will just start tearing things up, looking for food.
Right.
But that's sort of where that behavior comes from. So I think you made some really great points there, Kristen, with it.
And also even teaching them a new trick. All of these things take up a lot of mental energy, which you'd be surprised at how much that can wear your dog out.
Absolutely.
So give those a try. Thanks, Brian.
Well, it's another day in paradise here at Global Pet Expo. We're wrapping up.
Show number 4.
Show number 4?
Just wrapped up in this booth in one day.
You know, I was just thinking about how funny would it be if Ron just like shuffles around the order with which he uses these episodes, and we're like, show number 4 at Global Pet Expo, and this is the first time you're hearing from us.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna be so mad at us, or mad at me because I just.
No, he's gonna be mad at me because I'm Pal's punching bag apparently, where it's impossible to get mad at Kristen, but very easy to get mad at Chris. Hey, you didn't see that gesture I just did because you're not watching me on video. So if you want to see Chris and Kristen in the flesh together in studio, you got to head on over to our YouTube channel or Dog TV Unleashed, their Amazon Fast channel. Share this show with someone who reminds you of home. Yeah, I think that's a nice one.
Yeah,
I'm feeling sweet. Yeah, I'm feeling sweet.
I'm feeling sweet.
Right. We'll be back next Tuesday. As always, we never miss an episode. So long for now. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your pets. Woo!
Woof!
Woof!
Pets Add Life, your guide to the latest in pet trends, products, and the joy of the human-animal bond. With Kristen Levine and me, Chris Bonifati. Powered by the American Pet Products Association and Dog TV. Did I not say Dog TV? Did I say it weird?
This episode was recorded at Global Pet Expo 2026. Here are some other moments from this year's show.
This is where the pet industry comes alive. Welcome to Global Pet Expo 2026. More than 20,000 attendees, over 1,000 brands, and thousands of products shaping the future of pet care, all under one roof.
The coolest part is there's so many people that are passionate about the work they do. It's like walking multiple football fields. I am so excited.
We have over 350,000 square feet of just booth space. That doesn't include any of the special areas. That area is the equivalent to 11 U.S. football fields.
Many people here, many people there. I heard there's so many exciting things happening in the expo. So what are we waiting for?
APPA was one of the original associations that came together to bring the industry together, right? And then we partnered up with the Pet Industry Distributors Association here a number of years ago to bring their organization in and make sure that we're creating an ecosystem that will fuel the next 60 years of growth.
Oh my gosh, what are you guys excited to see? My goal is to find stuff I've never seen before, and I think I'm gonna find that here. I'm also really excited about the new product showcase and seeing what they've got in there.
Let's have a ball, guys.
Right,
let's do it. Yeah.
This is where trends don't just appear, they're created.
We had over 800 products submitted to our new product showcase. This is an amazing opportunity for exhibitors to show you and the buyers exactly what's new in the industry. There's so much innovation happening behind me.
From cutting-edge technology to breakthrough products, Global Pet Expo sets the tone for what's next.
This is the year of the cat. Cat is really having its moment. It's a huge shift in the industry, and it's only supplicated here by this amazing new product showcase. So for all those cat moms and dads out there, you're gonna be seeing some of this awesome stuff hit your retail shelves soon. Another huge hit at Global Pet Expo was our Startup Pavilion. We've been talking a lot about new products. These are the newest. Some of them haven't even hit market yet.
How's it been for you, Jeremy?
It's been great. You know, we're just having so much fun and love seeing this industry, love being a part of it, love seeing the community come together. That's what it's all about.
The all-new Petfluence Studio, where content meets commerce and innovation takes center stage, capturing the energy of the show and turning it into powerful storytelling. Beyond the floor, industry leaders shared insights shaping the future, from retail media and AI to shifting consumer behavior and data-driven growth strategies.
Okay, 3 more questions and then we'll keep it going.
And that was really unique. I hadn't seen that much in that kind of setting.
So I wanted to show people today the basic nuts and bolts, the stuff as trainers that we all deal with, the messy stuff.
Yeah.
Because things get messy before they get clean.
But I'm very passionate about what I put in my dog's mouth, right?
Great stocking stuffers for your pets.
We are gonna head to the Wellness Pet Company booth because I heard they are celebrating their 100th year anniversary. You guys found a really fun way to celebrate that.
Crunchers inside.
I'm gonna have to buy one of these off of you. My dogs are gonna lose their mind. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Look at that thing, that's so fun.
This is actually great for those who are working in the hospital.
When your dog is having a really upset stomach, this is the thing that saves your day.
And I'm here at our Aquatics and Exotics Lounge, which is one of my favorite parts of the show, with all sorts of tropical fish, some really beautiful creatures, as well as exotic animals. It was really cool to be able to see that. I've always wanted to own a reptile.
Pets in the classroom.
What's so amazing is just met them yesterday.
Once you hear about this organization, you can't unhear it.
It's been a synergistic brain session and it was like a total mind meld.
This is where partnerships are built, ideas turn into opportunities, and the global pet community comes together.
You guys wanna know what you won? Who won, right?
Ready?
All
Are you
right.
guys ready? So many brands out there. It truly is a big win.
Real quick, what got you into the animals? Like, what was your first pet that you like? I love animals. I love animals. Do for people mentally, physically, emotionally. Wanted to be able to get in this space and find ways to really make a connectivity between pets and people, and Mom here.
Made it. Do you hear the music?
I hear it.
The unleashed party means we get to dance. Well, I mean, taking her to the dance. That's true.
At its core, this isn't just about business. It's about improving the lives of pets and the people who love them. Global Pet Expo doesn't just reflect the industry, it defines where it's going next.
It's cool to see these early stage companies that are bringing new innovation. And here's the thing that's also really amazing is that, we're bringing more capital to these founders now. And we're bringing them money now to take these brilliant ideas and to bring them to market. That's what every healthy industry does is we disrupt, we continue to innovate, we get better. And you know what? More than anything, it's better in these pets' lives.
It is.
I get excited about it.
It makes life a lot better on the human-animal bond side and for our pets.
We'll see you next year.
Pets Add Life with Kristen Levine and Chris Bonifati, powered by the American Pet Products Association and Dog TV.
Guess what, suckers? We got a special episode for you. A big round of applause for all the winners here today. Woo!
Congratulations, God!
We are going to show you some of our best, funniest, smartest, greatest guests.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Oh, you go ahead. You're getting right to what I was.
I'm so excited. I know.
Beyond the Leash, exploring the untold stories of pet passion and professionalism.
Yeah, go to the vet. Don't ask us.
Oh, this is our dog-shaped cat, Birdie.
Wow. Is Chris as handsome as he sounds? Oh my gosh! It's Pumbaa!
The product of the week.
Because we're having so much fun together. Hopefully some bloopers. I don't know. I think bloopers might be in there.
Bloopers?
Yeah.
We don't make mistakes. We don't make mistakes. There's going to be no bloopers. If you encounter a snake, don't be a Chris. Just walk the other way.
Don't be a Chris.
Why risk it? People with big feelings and dogs with big feelings, I think you get applied words to so many situations that I've seen.
To allow your dog to just kind of think that you're a bit more fun than you are boring.
Get it? Tail end.
Yes.
Q&As.
He says sometimes he wants to be a puppy again.
Don't we all?
He was always...
Next time she comes on the show, she's going to be like, yeah, so I was training dragons in inner China.
You never know.
You never know. You really don't.
Let me tell you, my life is full of surprises, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Kristen and Chris present Storytime.
Your step count must have been ridiculous. And I'm over here. There's some days where I rack up, like, work from home days, and I'm racking up like 45 steps. So I don't think I'm any further away. So we already have the giggles. I'm sure that the energy's unhinged.
Yeah,
the energy's unhinged.
Off the charts.
I'm gonna be an old man doing Pets Add Life. So prepare yourself, but
Mwah, chef's kiss.
Listen to Pets Add Life with Kristen Levine and Chris Bonifati every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Got questions? The experts have answers.
every Friday, a brand new episode of The Experts drops, featuring the biggest names in pet care.
From behavior to health, training to nutrition, our panel of top veterinarians, trainers, and technicians tackles it all.
Real questions from real pet parents, and real answers from the best in the business.
The Experts, every Friday, only on Unleashed by Dog TV.
Watch and learn, your pet will thank you.
So, what exactly is Pets Add Life, you're asking? It's a weekly podcast with two hosts sharing two pet stories, interviewing two amazing guests, recommending two awesome products, and answering two questions from the audience. And all this is produced by two major pet brands. I guess you can say is too good to be true. You're right. Check out Pets Add Life with new episodes every Tuesday.
If you encounter a snake, don't be a Chris. Just walk the other way.